Nobody tells you this, but salary was designed like a leash. Long enough to make you feel free, short enough to keep you from going anywhere. You're paid just enough to stay in the game, but never enough to finally win it. So why do people making more money than ever still feel financially trapped? And what if your paycheck isn't your escape plan, but the cage itself?
You wake up at 6:43 a.m., 7 minutes before your alarm. Your body knows. It's been doing this for 3,912 days, almost 11 years, at the same company. You tell yourself it's security, a solid paycheck, health insurance, stability. But as you stare at the ceiling, there's this feeling you can't quite shake. You're earning more money than your parents ever imagined possible, and somehow you are more financially stressed than ever.
In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why that's not a coincidence. It's by design. This is the salary trap. Welcome to CuriOddity.
Let me introduce you to Marcus. He's 32, makes $72,000 a year. On paper, he's right at the national average for full-time workers in America. He should feel comfortable. He doesn't. Marcus gets paid every 2 weeks. That's $2,769 before taxes. After federal, state, and payroll taxes, it's roughly $2,100.
Now here's where the trap gets interesting. The system doesn't present him with a choice. It doesn't say, here's your money, decide what to do with it. Instead, it does something far more clever. It fragments his money across invisible channels before he ever sees it. Rent takes $1,400. That's 2/3 of his after-tax income. Groceries and eating out are $520. Car payment, insurance, and gas are $615. Phone, internet, streaming services, $145. Utilities, $160. By the time Marcus actually sees his paycheck's implications, he's already spent $2,840 of his $2,100. Wait, he's $740 in the hole before the 2 weeks even start. Credit cards fill the gap, and the cycle continues. But here's the psychological genius of it. Marcus doesn't experience it as drowning. He has a car, he has an apartment, he's got Netflix and Spotify. He feels successful. This system gives you just enough comfort to stop you from asking why you're not building wealth. This is the salary trap's first weapon, the illusion of prosperity through fragmentation. When money comes in a lump sum and leaves in small pieces, your brain never fully grasps that you're just treading water. You have a lifestyle, not wealth. Now, let's talk about what actually keeps you stuck. And this is where it gets darker. The entire system is designed to keep you dependent on that paycheck. Think about it. You're told to get a good education, so you do. Maybe you borrow $45,000 for it. Now you're hunting for a job to pay back that investment. You find one. Great salary, maybe $58,000. But the moment you accept that job, something happens. Your lifestyle automatically inflates to match your income. Economists call this lifestyle inflation, but I call it the system's second trap. You get the job at $58,000, and suddenly you can afford a nicer apartment, so you get one. Your rent jumps from $950 to $1,450. You can afford a better car, you get one. Your payment goes from $0 to $485. Now you're making $85,000, so you upgrade to an even nicer place, $1,850 in rent, a brand new car lease, $575 a month. Maybe a trip to Europe you wouldn't have considered before. Each increase in salary feels like freedom, but each one actually tightens the noose. Here's why. You're no longer free to leave that job, because you need that salary to maintain your lifestyle. You've built a financial life that requires constant paychecks. This is what I call golden handcuffs. The cruelest part? You did this to yourself. The system didn't force you, it just presented the option, and human psychology did the rest. We see progress as moving up, not as actually getting richer. So we move up into a lifestyle that consumes every penny we earn. Research shows that for every 10% income increase, people boost their spending by 9%. A senior manager making $180,000 a year can be just as trapped as someone making $45,000 if their lifestyle requires $175,000 to maintain. The salary doesn't determine your freedom. The gap between your income and your expenses does. And the system is designed to keep that gap as small as possible. Let me tell you about my friend Jessica. She worked in marketing, made a solid 6 figures, but she was miserable. Every time she thought about quitting, panic would set in. Why? Because she'd already committed to $2,800 in rent in a trendy neighborhood, a $650 car lease, $200 in subscription services, and a lifestyle that required her full paycheck plus credit. One day, her company offered her a promotion, a $15,000 raise. She felt relieved, grateful. She felt like she'd won. 3 weeks later, her landlord raised the rent by $350. Her car lease ended, and the new one cost $150 more. Her favorite lunch spot raised prices. She upgraded her wardrobe for the new role. And just like that, her financial stress didn't decrease. It stayed exactly the same. This is the system's most insidious trick. You're not building wealth with your salary increases. You're just increasing your obligations faster than your income grows. It's why the person making $42,000 a year and the person making $520,000 a year often report similar levels of financial anxiety. Studies show that 4 in 10 high earners making over $500,000 annually live paycheck to paycheck due to lifestyle inflation. The system is engineered so that your required expenses always catch up. And when you're living paycheck to paycheck, even a substantial one, you're predictable, controllable. You need that job. You can't take risks, can't start a business, can't invest in your own ideas, because all your money is already promised to someone else. Your landlord, your bank, the car company, they all benefit from your trapped state. You're a guaranteed revenue stream, but you don't actually benefit. I want you to imagine something. Imagine you quit your job tomorrow. You just left. How many months could you survive? Be honest. If your answer is less than 3 months, you're trapped, and you're not alone. Over 63% of Americans couldn't sustain their lifestyle for more than 1 month without a paycheck. Think about that. You are 1 month away from a financial crisis at all times. That's not security. That's a very comfortable prison. The salary trap convinces you that this is normal. Work, earn, spend. Work harder, earn more, spend more. But this isn't inevitable. It's not a law of physics. It's a choice that's been made for you. The moment you realize your salary isn't keeping you rich, it's keeping you busy enough to not become rich, everything changes. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. You start asking different questions. Not, how do I make more money? But why does all my money disappear? Not, how do I get a promotion? But how do I build assets instead of obligations? This isn't about quitting your job tomorrow. The point is this: awareness changes behavior. Once you understand the trap is a system, not a law, you can start to dismantle it. First, stop confusing income with wealth. A $150,000 salary is income. $35,000 in savings and investments is wealth. One is temporary, the other is permanent. Second, attack the gap. Intentionally keep your expenses lower than your income. This feels backward, but it's the only mechanism that works. Third, redirect that gap into assets that work for you, not liabilities that work against you. And most importantly, build optionality. The moment you have 3 to 6 months of expenses in savings, something shifts psychologically. You're no longer trapped. You can negotiate better. You can take risks. You can leave situations that don't serve you. The goal isn't just to earn more. The goal is to become independent from the system's requirement that you need that paycheck. Because the moment you don't need it, you're free. The salary trap is real. It's sophisticated, but it is not inescapable. The people who break free aren't smarter or luckier than you. They just became aware. They saw the system for what it is, and they decided that comfort wasn't the same as freedom. You have that same choice. If you found this breakdown valuable and you want to learn the actual mechanics of building wealth instead of just earning income, subscribe to CuriOddity. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.